Hey guys, today we have Fazan and he is having total 4 years of experience in Java, Spring Boot and microservices domain. And those who want to give same free mock interview, please fill out the form below in the description. So now let's get started. Hey, hello Fazan, how are you?
Yeah, hi Faizan. I'm
So one
good.
Fazan is taking an interview of another Fazan. That's very nice. Okay, so shall we start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so can you please introduce yourself and your recent project in brief?
Yeah, hi. So this is Sheikh Faizan. I'm currently staying in the Nellore, which is located in Andhra Pradesh.
Mhm.
And so I have completed my graduation at Cuba College of Engineering and Technology with an aggregate of 66.55%. And
Okay.
so I'm a full stack Java developer with an experience like 4.2 years of experience. And my
Mhm.
contribution in service based and as well as like product based contribution like developing and maintaining the enterprise level applications as well. And yeah, so as a full stack Java developer, I'm experienced with
Okay.
like Core Java,
Okay.
Spring Boot, Spring MVCs, Spring Security, and Cloud and Kafka as well, Hibernate, and come to the front end technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript as well, and
Mhm.
the database like SQL database.
So since you have worked with Spring Boot, right? So can you tell me what is the purpose of auto-wide annotation in Spring?
Yeah, so the rate of auto-wide annotation is like a field injection, dependency injection, which is automatically created and injected into the
Mm-hmm.
field, dependency management, dependency injection called in Spring Boot.
Okay.
Yeah, so the auto-wide annotation we will use for the field injection.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Got it. Can you tell me what issues might arise from overusing auto-wide annotation and how can we resolve them?
So fill injection, we can also use like a construction injection,
Mm-hmm.
constructor injection, and
Mm-hmm.
setter injection.
Mm-hmm.
I think setter injection is the best way based on
Mm-hmm.
for optional in the case of optional use cases.
Okay.
If you want to use for particular for a particular part of dependency injection, we use
Mm-hmm.
setter and for the testing purpose and make sure all the dependencies are injected,
Mm-hmm.
then constructor injection is best.
Conduction
So
is.
in the way of we can, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So means
constructor
overusing
injection.
auto-wire can lead to tight coupling difficulties in unit testing, as you said, right?
Yes.
Mm. So how does Spring inversion of control IOC container work?
Yeah, so Spring IOC is a design principle
Mm.
which manages the dependency creation, management,
Mm.
configuration, and the dependency injection. So
Okay.
Spring container is a place that
Mm-hmm.
design principle needs to be executed, where the design principle that IOC is executed. So
Mm-hmm.
application construct. So Spring Boot nowadays by default using application context, which is
Mm-hmm.
responsible to create the bin uh, like yeah, which is responsible to create the objects and
Okay.
it will be injected into the bin.
Got it.
So there is also bin factory is also there, but it is for like standalone applications
Mm-hmm.
like that, and enterprise features is also not supported by the bin factory, and it is also lazy. So
Correct. Correct.
application context is eager initialization comes up
Mm-hmm.
with and suppose like aspect oriented programming
Mm-hmm.
features. These all supports by the application context.
Correct. Correct. Can you tell me the difference between application context and bean factory, and in what scenario would bean factory be preferred over application context?
Yeah, so as we discussed, bin factory, the difference between the bin factory and application context. So as I know, I have not used the bin factory
Mm-hmm.
in my experience, but as I know, bin factory is used for like standalone applications
Okay.
and yeah, so where the lazy loadings are needed
Mm-hmm.
and it, so not no, not to design for enterprise level application,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
it is also not supports
Mm-hmm.
enterprise level features like as EOP and
Mm-hmm.
there is
Okay.
one answer.
Got it. Got it. Hey guys, before moving ahead, I want to share something important with you. Actually, Faizan prepared from our interview preparation kit and cracked multiple interviews. We have also referred him to the multiple companies. So let me tell you, this interview preparation kit has four main parts. First is complete interview preparation material. It is a step-by-step material made by me, expert and MNC's interviewers. 99% of the questions asked in interviews are covered in it. Second is two real enterprise client projects, code and video recorded sessions are there, and you can add this in your resume. Third is lifetime chat support. Here you can ask your doubts anytime. Fourth is referral support. Here we help you to get referred to the top MNCs. So basically the material is organized as per your experience level and covers Java, Spring Boot, Spring Security, Spring Data, JPA, microservices, Kafka, Maven, Git, coding questions, Stream API coding questions, and many more. You can buy just the complete interpretation material or the full kit with project supports and reference. I have added the links in the description below. So now moving to our interview. And guys, before moving to our interview, since Faizan is here, so we can ask him about a feedback of this kit. So Faizan, can you please go ahead?
So I have cracked multiple interviews through
Mm-hmm.
the like we shared the materials and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of all these videos. I got inspired and
Okay.
I got a lot of knowledge from them.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
I support Faizan's videos and yeah, support please.
Thank you. Thank you, Faizan. Moving ahead. So, have you used JPA repositories?
Yeah, so we have used.
Okay. Okay. Do you know about enable JPA repositories annotation?
Enable JPA repository, I'm not sure, but
Uh,
I know the repository which interface which extends the JPA repository.
okay.
And
Yeah, basically it's a annotation used to enable JP repositories in a Spring application. It specifies the base packages where Spring should look for repository interfaces and configures necessary beans to enable Spring Data JPA functionality. Okay. Let's say if we have two beans and in both of the beans we have added primary annotation. Okay, then what will happen?
uh,
There will be an error
so
or what?
two objects of same, so two beans of same type object, uh, we have declared primary.
Yes, we have declared primary notation for both the beans. Now, which one is qualify or there will be an error?
And like exception might be there, but I
Mm-hmm.
have not faced this kind
Okay.
of
Yeah,
scenario.
exception will be
So
there because again, our Spring container will not
yeah,
know like which bean is the qualified. Okay.
yeah, because at the rate of primary annotation, uh, we give the bean with a priority to create when there is same type of beans are ready to create.
Mm-hmm.
So again, declaring the same type of primary to the bean is not like logic means
No
so that it
bean,
gets
no such bean unique definition
yeah,
exception. Yep, yep.
yeah.
Okay. So, Fadan, have you faced circular dependencies yet in your career?
No,
No.
it
But
is
do you
it is
know
looks
about
looks
this issue and how can we resolve this?
I know this issue.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to give the answer as per my knowledge.
Okay. Okay.
So circular dependency is like if we compare to the similar like a deadlock in
Mm-hmm.
multi-threading environment, right? Each each object is so for suppose if interface so if a class A
Mm-hmm.
calling from inside of a class B and the class B is depends on class A again. So
Mm-hmm.
this is kind of like a tightly coupled and like a circular dependency.
Correct.
So
Correct.
yeah, so we can like I'm not sure how to
We
resolve this
discussed
issue.
something about setter injection, so maybe
E-
that's a solution,
yeah.
right?
So I and also ordering as well.
Or also lazy annotations we could use.
Yes,
Hmm.
exactly. Yeah. So
Okay.
need to some recall in that.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, so Fadan, can you tell me what are the different types of Spring Bean scopes and how are they used in real world scenarios?
Yeah, like singleton objects and so like
Mm-hmm.
singleton
Mm-hmm.
scope, prototype scope, and
Okay.
request HTTP request scope,
Mm-hmm.
HTTP session scope, and
Okay.
application scope. So
Okay.
I know first of all three singleton scope, prototype
Mm-hmm.
scope, and HTTP request
Yes,
scope.
yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, so singleton only one instance will be created.
Mm-hmm.
So Spring Boot will automatically so by default uses a single instance. singleton pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Sorry, sorry, I don't think it is default. So yeah, so only one instance will be created,
Mm-hmm.
and multiple instances will be created, and so
Mm-hmm.
we can create a singleton based on a different there are multiple ways to create a singleton object. Like a
Okay.
prototype, only one object will be created. So
Mm-hmm.
sorry, one object will be created per request.
Mm-hmm.
It is not like entire HTTP. It will not maintain the same instance until the application or
Mm-hmm.
request uh, session will be closed. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, every time one new object will be created, and
Mm-hmm.
as per the request. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Correct.
and HTTP request is yeah. So
Yeah, yeah,
continue, please.
yeah, yeah. So let me tell you in short. You have correct, but let me tell you in short. So Spring supports several bean scopes like singleton. It's a default one instance per Spring IOC container, and we have prototype. It's a new instance every time, right? And then we have request.
Yeah,
It's one instance per HTTP request, and then we have session. This is one instance per HTTP session, and then we have a global session. It's one instance per HTTP. Sorry, global HTTP session.
global message.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So moving ahead, can you tell me what's the difference between Spring Bean and a regular Java object?
Yeah, so Spring Bean, it will automatically created and
Mm-hmm.
injected into the field by it will manage it by the Spring, and it has a life cycle as well. So
Okay.
also has a Spring maintenance life cycle,
Mm-hmm.
but normal in Java normal object it is like tightly coupled. We
Okay.
use a new keyword to create an object, and it
Mm-hmm.
is it is also be tightly coupled as well.
Okay. Yes, a Spring Bean is an object managed by Spring IOC container, which creates and manages lifecycle dependencies, unlike regular Java objects that are managed explicitly by the developers. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. Um, so do you know how can we define a Spring Bean in a configuration file?
Yeah, so Spring Bean an application. Yeah, so we can use like a rate of bean in
Mm-hmm.
like if in a package. So we
Mm-hmm.
use at the rate of bean and at the rate of configuration at the
Mm-hmm.
class level and bean on the method level for the external configuration in our local
Mm-hmm.
application, Spring Boot application. And
Mm-hmm.
also we can so if we can if you go to the past we have a configuration XML file.
Mm-hmm.
We need to write a manual code to configure all those files. So
Mm-hmm.
so all those things. So for now nowadays Spring Boot is simplifies it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so in the application properties files and like configuring everything into the properties file and
Mm-hmm.
maintaining like a data like using a data configuration and being on
Mm-hmm.
the method level. Yeah.
Okay. Um, got it. Can you tell me the purpose of bean annotation?
Yeah, so bin annotation is for example,
Mm-hmm.
uh, for example, so if you want to if you want to bring some classes of external jar dependencies, so the jar
Mm-hmm.
dependencies added into our form.xml. From there,
Mm-hmm.
we need to grab uh, uh, get the some some objects of a particular class.
Mm-hmm.
For suppose like uh, documentation API, if you want to
Mm-hmm.
return like this. So there are
Yep, yep.
a lot of configuration beans are
Mm-hmm.
there. So we need to get the object of that particular specified class. We use bin annotation in method level.
Okay. Yep, and it is used to explicitly declare a single bean rather than letting Spring do it automatically, and is often used when the creation of the bean requires complex configurations, right?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Um, what are the consequences of having duplicate bean names uh, in terms of application
So,
stability or maintenance?
sorry, I don't understand.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. What are the consequences of having duplicate bean names in our Spring Boot project?
Duplicate bean names like causes memory leakages,
Mm-hmm.
might be,
Okay.
and also
Basically, it can lead to configuration errors, unpredictable application behavior, complicated maintenance and debugging. Right, Faizan? Can you explain about Spring Profile?
yeah. So Spring Profile, these are created to so one application properties files, a
Mm-hmm.
specific file will be created
Okay.
for a specific environment
Mm-hmm.
on the like environment level configurations. So like the database connections, like this kind of connections, we can
Mm-hmm.
use Spring Profiles on different environments.
Okay.
We add one Spring Profile enabled in application dot properties
Mm-hmm.
main file, main
Okay.
application dot properties file,
Mm-hmm.
enabled equal to true. Then
Okay.
yeah, so yeah, so
Mm-hmm. Okay. Moving ahead. So what issues could arise from not properly managed Spring profiles in a multi-environment setup?
I'm not sure,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not specific in that
Okay,
issue.
okay. Yeah, improper management for of Spring profiles can lead to configuration clashes, where unintended configurations are active in an environment, leading to incorrect application behavior or failures, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how would you activate Spring specific Spring profile in an application?
Yeah, so in we can define the Spring Boot Spring Profile annotation in main Spring application
Mm-hmm.
dot properties, like
Okay.
specifying dev enable,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, dev pro setting
Okay.
like this.
Okay. So, Faizan, can activating multiple profiles at once cause conflicts within the application?
Within the application,
Mm-hmm.
might be,
Okay.
and so main issues will arise on a different environments
Mm-hmm.
activating all the profiles might be get of course be some issue, but I have not
Mm-hmm.
faced this kind of issue as well. Sorry for that.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, it's fine. So yes, activating multiple profiles at once can cause conflicts if multiple profiles define the different beans with the same name or contradictory configuration settings, right? For example, two profiles might configure different data sources, leading to ambiguity about which one should be used, right?
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay. So do you know about the different phases in the life cycle of a spring bean?
Life cycles of a spring bean.
Uh-huh.
So there are multiple states of beans
Uh-huh.
like application for like first of
Uh-huh.
all start from the application startup and
Mm-hmm.
like loading configurations like a bean creation
Okay.
uh, uh, bean creation
Mm-hmm.
like a post construct and
Mm-hmm.
pre construct around
Mm-hmm.
sorry post construct around pre-destroyed
Mm.
I'm know this kind of
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There is a
states
pre-construct, post-construct. Lifecycle of
yeah
Spring Boot has several phases: instantiation, populating properties, setting beans name, context, bean
yeah
post-processing, initialization, calls back, and then restrictions. Right?
yeah.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So, can you tell me how would you design a REST API from the scratch, and what are the best practices we should keep in mind while creating a REST API?
Yeah, so first of all, when I will create a Spring Boot application, I don't use a Spring initializer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So in my practice, I use my my own
Mm-hmm.
process to create a REST
Mm-hmm.
APIs. First of all, we need to create a Maven project from the core,
Okay.
and
Mm-hmm.
we need to convert the Maven project into Spring Boot application
Mm-hmm.
like by adding a Spring Boot starter
Okay.
dependency and creating a main class and declaring a
Mm-hmm.
Spring Boot annotation
Mm-hmm.
to the main class and Spring Boot application dot run. So apart from that, we need to create a controller and
Mm,
In the controller class, we need to use a
mm,
data for REST controller annotation and a request
mm,
API. Yeah, sorry. Like method level annotation, HTTP
mm,
methods like like post mapping, put mapping,
okay.
delete mapping,
Mm,
and yeah, get mapping, patch
mm,
mapping, like these CRUD
mm,
operations, HTTP
mm,
methods, annotations we use, and
mm,
we also create some like service layer
mm,
creating by creating a
mm,
service layer class and declaring service
mm,
annotation to the class and
mm,
if you want to connect with the databases, we use a repository,
mm,
create and extend like extends it and as well. And if you, for
okay.
suppose if you want to connect with specific data type like a
Mm,
database, we need to add Spring data JPA and
mm,
Spring Boot starter
mm,
like a database starter and yeah,
mm,
this kind of and also maintaining like a data transfer objects as well.
mm,
So this kind of we can create a
okay.
RESTful
Okay.
application. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say we have two APIs. One is returning a data without response entity, and one is returning a data with response entity. So, what would be their, what would be the differences between their responses?
Yeah, responses both will return. I think both return in the like a JSON response, but
Mm,
response entity maintains the HTTP methods like
mm,
status codes, but
correct.
there will not status codes is there.
Mm. So that we cannot have the status codes in without response entity. We cannot have a HTTP headers, right? Mm,
Yes, with the
okay,
response body. Yes.
that's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you know about design patterns or what design patterns are you using in your project or have you used till now?
So in my previous project, so I don't want to discuss something more previous project.
Yeah, yeah.
So design patterns I know to implement
Just name the design patterns that you
microservices.
know.
Yeah, so connect like communication design patterns,
Okay,
database management patterns, and the resilience policy design patterns.
okay.
So in communication design patterns like
Mm-hmm.
API gateway, load
Mm-hmm.
balancers, and
Okay.
service registry design pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And if you come to the resilience patterns like
Mm-hmm.
circuit breaker design patterns,
Mm-hmm.
retry, fallback,
Mm-hmm.
and timeout. These
Mm-hmm.
are patterns I know and I can implement to develop the microservices.
Okay. Okay, and what about the design patterns like singleton, prototype, observer, factory method? Do you know?
Yeah, so that kind of so Java related design patterns, right?
No, no, I was
So
not asking about only Java related. I was just asking about only design patterns. So yes,
yeah, okay,
microservices
okay,
also
okay.
contain design pattern. That's true. But now the question is about the Java design patterns. Like, do you know or have you worked with them?
Yeah, so singleton design patterns and
So what's the best way
design
to
patterns.
implement a singleton design pattern?
It's of course, yeah, there is no other way. It's the best practice because JVM will handle everything and manages instances as well.
Okay, enum
And
based.
enum based.
And
Yeah,
without,
I
if
have
we
not
don't
taken
want,
into more.
uh, and what if
Yeah,
we
I have
don't
not
want
taken
to
it.
use enum based implementation?
Sorry.
What if we have, what if we don't want to use enum based implementation? Then what's the best way to implement singleton?
Uh, I think it's double check.
Double
there
check.
is a double check
Uh,
single
correct,
synchronized
correct. Hmm.
blocks. Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me your experiences in asynchronous communications? I mean, do you have any experience?
So asynchronous communications in microservices like Kafka.
Kafka. Okay. So how
Yeah.
Kafka works? Can you tell me?
Yeah. So Kafka works like architecture,
No, no.
internal
Basic. What's the
architecture.
basic functionalities of Kafka? Why do we use it?
Yeah. So Kafka, it has like a features. It stores the messages.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever the producer produce the messages, and
Okay.
it just the message will stays for particular some time until the consumer
Mm-hmm.
consuming the messages.
Okay.
And RabbitMQ, it does not provide that kind of a space, and it
Mm-hmm.
will. I'm not sure. I know the concept. It will immediately needs to produce a message and consume the message. But in Kafka, it
Mm-hmm.
has a like a repository or a space to store the messages.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Got it. And how do you resolve Git conflicts, and uh, what's the day-to-day Git commands you use in your projects? Can you tell me?
Yeah, so first of all, Git conflicts comes when me and my team, my colleague
Mm-hmm.
were used in the same file on two different local branches. So when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to the match or when I want to pull the
Mm-hmm.
messages from their Git, I use Git rebase,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
so if already there are changes in the same file, then conflicts
Mm-hmm.
will arise. So
Okay.
as day-to-day task, I need to resolve the conflicts into the local by
Mm-hmm.
pulling and rebasing that top level repository or
Mm-hmm.
branch. So and
Okay.
I need to into local and use
Mm-hmm.
to pull or push the changes
Mm-hmm.
resolve conflicts, and then repeat the same process like pushing and repeating. And so if we come to the Git commands
Mm-hmm.
git pull, git
Mm-hmm.
fetch,
Mm-hmm.
and git rebase,
Mm-hmm.
git add, git commit,
Mm-hmm.
git squash,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay, so
yeah, and
what
there
is
are a
Git
lot of
Squash?
commands. Yeah, so git squash, if you have multiple commits on a
Mm-hmm.
same branch,
Okay.
it will be difficult to find out the like it is not a good practice as
Mm-hmm.
my team lead suggests. And
Okay.
we need to squash into a single command or
Mm-hmm.
two commands at least, maximum two commits
Mm-hmm.
only, and
Okay.
we don't need to go
Mm-hmm.
above on the
Okay.
count of messages, commits.
Okay. So, if we provide you a team lead role in our company, so will you be able to fit in that?
Yeah, of course. So if you are providing a my team lead role,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, I would like to get some more knowledge,
Okay.
and I would like to get experience in that role. If
Uh-huh.
immediately I got I know everything, I can handle like this
Mm-hmm.
kind of situation. I don't want, if anything comes
Mm-hmm.
hardly, then if I,
Mm-hmm.
in that case, I am not able to manage, so it
Mm-hmm.
will be effective to the whole environment, not only
Mm-hmm.
the. So first of all, I would like to get extra knowledge, some more extra knowledge, whatever,
Okay.
until the team lead is there.
Mm-hmm.
We need to learn from him, and then
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So if I know the everything I can manage, then I will
Mm-hmm.
try to manage the team lead, and I can handle it. Yeah. So because
Okay.
I learned a lot of from my team lead as well, and he is
Mm-hmm.
also kindly subscribed to me every time.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Moving ahead, what's the difference between Maven clean and Maven install?
Yeah, so first of all, when we execute the maven clean install command, first of
Mm-hmm.
all, the maven clean will be executed.
Mm-hmm.
So, Maven has three types of life cycle.
Okay.
First of all, built-in life cycle, and
Mm-hmm.
clean life cycle, and
Mm-hmm.
site life cycle. I'm not sure
Okay.
about the site life cycle. I know
Mm-hmm.
built-in life cycle and clean life cycle. So
Okay.
first of all, built-in life cycle has a different stages to execute the command,
Mm-hmm.
like validation,
Mm-hmm.
validation,
Mm-hmm.
uh, test,
Mm-hmm.
package, and
Mm-hmm.
install,
Mm-hmm.
like this. And if we come to the like a clean life cycle, there is
Mm-hmm.
also three steps like a
Yes, yes.
clean, and clean. So when comes to the clean, it will
Mm-hmm.
delete the what kind of jars and everything
Mm-hmm.
previously existed, and it deletes that file
Mm-hmm.
where the jar is located, and
Okay.
yeah, it will clean. So then it comes to the built-in life cycle. So
Mm-hmm.
ambient clean install, clean life cycle will be executed, and then it comes to the built-in life cycle.
Got
So
it.
their validation, like validation, uh, these are all steps will be executed,
Mm.
and then new job will be created.
Okay. Cool. Yes, okay, Faizan. It's done from my end, and yes, it was a very, very nice interview. You have answered most of the questions. So, yep,